In my last video about PMV virus in pigeons, I left something out that's extremely important. And I talked about that you need to keep the bird warm, or birds, you need to keep them warm. You have to monitor them and make sure that they're able to eat because they have like double vision. They also are the neurological effects can be so bad that they can't even walk, so they can't eat if they're young. The adult pigeon can't feed them. You're going to have to feed them, and you have to hydrate them. And that's what I want to talk about is water. Even if they can sort of walk and everything and they can sort of eat, you definitely don't want to have a bowl of water. They don't need to take baths during this. They don't. What they need to do is survive. And if the bird goes in the bowl to take a bath and it has neurological symptoms, it can definitely drown. So the recommendation is use some kind of narrow water, thing that they can drink. Now you could go to Tractor Supply and get something like this. This is for chickens, but this would work. It would be hard for the bird to drown in that. And it doesn't really matter if it's PMV or something else. If the bird is dilapidated, they could drown in a bowl. And they could be really clumsy no matter what it is. But boy, with PMV, like they'll look like they're drunk. Sometimes they can't walk at all. So the bird could just fall into the bowl and drown. And I'm talking about drowning in this much water. I'm not talking about a bowl where it's pretty high where the bird can take a bath. I'm talking about they could drown in less than an inch of water, definitely. So no matter, if you're going to leave them and you can't watch them 24/7, get the water bowl out of there. It happens. It happens all the time with these PMV pigeons that they drown. They can drown in a puddle. So you could get this at Tractor Supply or some other place like that, or buy this online. These are good to have around. Or if it's come on real quick, and this is something that I've done many times, is I'll use the Pure Leaf tea bottle, okay? And what I do, I have one, but I have water in it. They like to drink out of it now. So what I'll do is I'll take a grinder, or you could use a knife or something, but I'll take a grinder and I'll cut along here, right? And then I'll cut up here, and then I'll cut here so that there's a wedge out of it. Now the cap's on it so you could fill it up to the line, and it's sort of the same principle. They can't get in it. You have to do this. Listen, I can't believe that I left this out of the last video, but get the water bowl out of there. The PMV bird will die. And they don't even have to have the severe type of neurological symptoms. It could just be sort of, screwed up, sort of just off. And they get in the water bowl and they're slipping around and sliding and they can't get out and they drowned. And I'm telling you, the neurological symptoms on the birds, like your bird might seem sort of okay, but you're thinking, well, there's neurological symptoms happening, something's not right, and 12 hours later, your bird can't walk. So in that period, it could definitely drown. If you think that the bird has PMV, get the water bowl out of there. I'm not shitting, man. That is one of the ways that the birds, die. The other thing is, like, if you're going to dip the beak in the water and it's a young bird, watch out. They can aspirate. They can definitely aspirate. They'll be so thirsty that they'll dip in and they'll take too much and then they'll get water in their lungs. So just be careful. If you're going to dip the beak, just dip it in there and pull it out real quick and maybe try it again. Make sure that you're using food that is hydrated. Use canned corn or frozen corn and warm it up. Peas, stuff like that. You want to use stuff that isn't dry because it does. It affects the kidneys and it affects the brain. Your bird can recover from this, and once your bird recovers from this, you'll never have to worry about it again. And it's the one thing that all pigeon and dove owners are terrified of. Some birds just can't handle it, you know. The majority of them, though, can recover as long as you give them supportive care. It's a fact. This thing this virus originated, they think, in the Middle East. And it's worldwide. It is. It's worldwide. It's like on every continent. Every place that there's pigeons, there's the PMV virus. Pigeons and doves. If you have a bird that I'll disseminate some information that I didn't put in the last video. But if you have a bird that does pass, be careful how you get rid of it, because you could infect, you know, feral pigeons, mourning doves. You could affect them if you don't get rid of the bird that died properly. Burn the bird, burn the dead bird. That's the best way to do it. It can live in soil, from what I understand, for 120 days. So if you bury it, it's still sort of in there. Best way to do it is to burn the body. It's weird. It doesn't live long on surfaces. It lives long, like on porous surfaces like skin and clothes and stuff. From what I understand, about 8 to 10 hours. On plastic and stainless, about 24 hours. You know, you can, if you have racing pigeons, or, you know, you keep a coop or a loft, whatever you want to call it, you can try using, watch the feet. You can use, you know, tubs of bleach and step into the bleach. You could also use, you know, I tried changing clothes, taking baths 5 times a day, washing my hands in bleach. It becomes airborne. It's fucked up. It's really highly contagious to pigeons and doves. Other birds, not a problem. So if you think that you got it, go run and get some of this Pure Leaf. You know, and do you understand what I'm saying? Just cut it along here. Cut a wedge out so that they can just stick their beak in there, and that way they won't drown. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I left out. Look at Solar. Solar's so beautiful. That's my pigeon baby.
Yeah, it's baby Solar. What's up, Solar? Solar's my baby. I helped hatch her. She's as much my baby as Remy's baby. Remy sat on the egg more than I held it. That's Solar. She's beautiful. Aren't you, Soul? She's a little conceited. She knows it.
That's the bird. I held her when she was in when she was in the egg. I helped Remy incubate the, you know, we didn't have an incubator. The lower temperature is 98.6 for pigeons to incubate eggs. So I held Solar. Solar's fucking bitchin'. She is. I think it's a she. She's got a head like a quail. She looks like a fucking quail. But at this point, all my pigeons have had the PMV virus, and know that they can recover, and they'll never have it again. They're safe. They're safe from the thing that every pigeon and dove owner is terrified of. It sucks. It sucks. I have another video on the same subject. I'm just saying that if it happens and your bird does get the severe neurological shit, that bird can recover, but you just have to hand feed it, keep it warm, make sure that it gets fluids. Hi, Remy. How you doing? All right. So of course you're gonna freak out because you love your bird or birds, but they can recover. And like I said, Remy had it about 4 years ago. I was so flipped out. I was like, oh, it can't be PMV. It can't be the spins. That's what I was telling myself. You know, it must be salmonella. It was PMV. It was. She's immune to it. She's been around birds with PMV. She doesn't get it anymore because she's already had it. So that's the plus, the positive about your bird getting PMV, that they can recover, and once they recover, that they're never going to have to deal with it again. Even racing pigeons that get it, they race again. They're fine. It's like comparable to, you know, any other viruses humans get, chicken pox, whatever. You know, just because you get it doesn't mean that your body's not going to fight it off. Your body's going to fight it off and you'll be fine. Get the water bowl out of there. If you even suspect it, switch to something narrow so that the bird doesn't drown. It's very important. Keep the bird warm. Keep the birds warm. Make sure that they eat a minimum of twice a day. I do a 12-hour split. I do like 8 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and again 8 at night, and then nothing until 8 in the morning again. Do not feed them. Let them clean out for 12 hours before you feed them again. Okay? So you don't want infections because you're overfeeding the bird, and that can definitely happen. When they eat food, it stores right here, and you need that to fill it. You need that to empty out. If you just keep putting food in here, it doesn't empty out. Okay? Does that make sense, lab partners? They have something, they keep food stored there. Crop. All right? Baytril will not, it is not a silver bullet for your PMV pigeon, okay? It's a virus. It just has to run its course, but they can recover. They need supportive care, and they need a lot of TLC. Good luck. Good luck. Seriously, you can do it. It'd be a stressful 2 weeks. 3 weeks, you're home free, okay?